Okay.
All right, Dr. Root, Dean of the Communications Department.
Do you want me to look at you while I answer, or look at the camera?
Look at me.
Okay.
Look at me.
All right. Good.
Just kind of talk about the Communications Department at Ouachita and the amount of hands-on experience that the students are allowed to get here at Ouachita compared to other communications departments, and the different elements on how they can get hands-on experience here. Because I know you have like the Signal newspaper. Students can do their own podcast if they want to. You even go as far as allowing some students to go to certain places in sports media and get hands-on experience that way as well, or even commentate stuff like that for the basketball program here at Ouachita or for a high school. Just kind of talk about the different elements.
You just answered your own question, Marcellus. Well, one thing that we know in our work in communications is that you get better at this kind of thing by doing it. So we want people to practice what they learn in class, and they can do that in a variety of ways. You can do that as a writer on the school newspaper or on the yearbook or in other kinds of endeavors where writing is always going to be valuable. But we also do a lot of broadcasting, so students have a chance to broadcast high school games on a real radio station, not just simulating that. They get a chance to broadcast Ouachita sports as well on website and webcast, get a chance to be involved in opportunity to go to professional teams and cover games as a regular member of the media, interview players in the locker room, that sort of thing. So we try to provide a wide variety of ways in which you can practice what you want to do. It might be photography, might be design. There are a lot of things that you can do for practical hands-on experience, and you want to build a portfolio, whether it's an audio portfolio or a video portfolio or printed pages. You want to develop examples of what you can do for jobs. And so we want to give people plenty of opportunities, and we believe it should happen from the freshman year on, that you shouldn't wait to get involved. You got to dive right in. And obviously, as a senior, you should do your best work. But as a freshman and sophomore, you're going to stretch yourself if you get involved right away.
Are there any specific cases where you can talk about like certain students that have taken advantage of that opportunity given to them? Or is there any specific students that you can think of off the top of your head that have maybe, stood out as a writer on the news staff, on the Signal news staff, or have stood out as far as, doing work with the yearbook, or as far as like students standing out in the sports media world? Is there any specific cases that come to your mind that you can think of and that you can talk about?
Well, every year we have leaders in all of these areas, whether it's the yearbook, the newspaper, photography, and video production, and sports journalism. We have leaders who are doing a significant amount of work outside of class. Some of them are working on school publications. Some of them branch out and do work for professional publications as well. And we applaud that opportunity. Just one example of someone who really stepped up in the public relations advertising world for us was Brooke Zimney. When she was a senior, Brooke was actually hired to join the staff at Ouachita and have an actual job as she was finishing up her senior year. And then she has stayed with that job and been promoted through her communications work as a result. So she's a shining example because she has become a staff member and a very valued one here at Ouachita. Faculty members at Ouachita in the department started out as students and worked their way through the graduate school process, but also worked outside of class when they were undergraduates to prepare for that graduate school experience. And so there are a number of people that I can mention. Really, it's an annual event that we have students step up and do some extraordinary work.
Can you talk about any specific classes that allow you to get a little bit more of an opportunity, that presents that opportunity to students more than others? Are there any certain classes that you, by any chance, teach that offer that experience to students or
Sure.
anything like that?
Our curriculum is really a combination of classes where you work on skills. You become a better writer by taking certain classes, a better videographer, a better photographer. But we also have classes where you talk about ideas and debate ideas so you can see the larger world of the media that you're about to go join when you graduate. However, there are some that are specifically designed to get you out of a classroom and into practice. And we give academic credit for working on publications and working in video. That's called practicum, and you can do that every semester if you choose to. We also have some 3-hour courses where a lot of that happens. Sports journalism is one of those. There are other courses where you get a lot of hands-on experience, obviously in video production classes. Those are courses, but you're also going to get a lot of practice, because to shoot and edit video well, you got to practice shooting and editing video. So there are specific courses where we're going to help people work on those skills, but a lot of their development comes from their willingness to work outside of class, on the publications, on the extra opportunities they have in the department.
I think that's all I have for you, Dr. Wood. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
You bet.